Edge of Primetime Boxing, Saturday on Sky Sports Box Office. To order, see Channel 491, press the green button or go to skysports.com/Brookgavin.
This is KUGAN CASSIUS for iFall TV in association with Mackinson Marbella. We're at the Royal Britannia final press conference here at Glaziers Hall, head of this Saturday night show at the O2. With me, our promoter Eddie Hearn, 2 days away from the show. How are you feeling?
Do you know what? The most excited I've ever been going into a show. I mean, obviously, nearly 1 year ago till Saturday night since the Wembley show. But this is, head to toe, the best card I think I've seen. I've talked about British boxing for the last over a decade, even world boxing. You know, and people can sometimes say, oh, Cup, show me. From 5 p.m. championship fights that are 50-50 fights, 3 world title fights, 4 Brits involved in world title fights, Anthony Joshua against Kevin Johnson, John Ryder against Nick Blackwell, Nathan Cleverly, John Wayne Hibbert against Dave Ryan, Scotty Cardle against Craig Evans. This right here is an absolute dream to be associated with. And sitting on that table there with 6 elite fighters, this is a monster, an absolute monster. And it's held together. Of all the bad luck we've had over the last 6 months, this show, not one fight has fell through, not one fight has even been in remote jeopardy. I can't believe it.
Should you have said this after the weigh-in, maybe?
No, it would be all right. But, you know, it's, honestly, just don't miss it. Don't miss this show. 18,000 sold out at the O2. This is a massive night for British boxing, and part of me's quite proud for putting this on. You know, and you listen to the people in boxing, even Robert Diaz from Golden Boy Carnival, he said, oh, this is what a card. You know, and that means a lot. Top rank, you know, this is great for British boxing, and there could be 3 new British world champions on Saturday night.
When people go to you say, oh, this is the best card you put together, or
Yeah.
it has been in a while, and people go, oh no, it's not. What's the response with, what shows do they come up with that they think?
Nothing, you can't. I keep saying to people, come up with one, and people say, well, what about the Full Monty? That was 14, 15 years ago. So, you know, this is by far the best show there's been in Britain. Certainly since the Full Monty. What's that, 14, 15 years ago? So, it's fantastic. It's fantastic, and I just can't wait. I'm proud to be involved with it. I'm proud to be representing the fighters that are on the bill. I am just, the anticipation as a boxing fan, I will not leave my seat from 5 o'clock. You know, and because every fight means something, and you know, this is an absolutely world-class card.
What time do you anticipate the show ending?
11:40 is our curfew at the O2.
Right.
So obviously we have to get everyone out to get the trains, and it's not a case of, oh, we'll carry it on until 1 in the morning. That is, but obviously we've worked it out. We haven't just taken a fly at it and gone, oh, fingers crossed. Kell Brook will be in the ring at 10:30, 10:40 at the very latest, and if everything goes to points, yeah, we'll be tight, we'll make it. But you know, I just can't wait. You know, we've got tomorrow at the O2. And if you get a chance, come down to the O2 tomorrow. We're setting up the fan zones that we set up at Wembley last year. You know, we've got Carl Froch attending the fan zone. We've got the James DeGale, the IBF World Super Middleweight Champion, coming back. We've got Scott Quigg, WBA Super Bantamweight Champion. We've got Anthony Crolla, we've got Paulie Malignaggi, all coming to the fan zone. They'll sit there, little sessions, take photos, etc., etc. So come down and meet them. And enjoy the weigh-in tomorrow. It's a long weigh-in. It will start at 1 o'clock. Doors will open at 12 o'clock at the Indigo, which is the big arena there at the O2. And just enjoy it.
What do you think will be fighting tonight?
I'm struggling to see how Jorge Linares against Kevin Mitchell can be beaten, because there you have a fight where I think the gels will blend so perfectly. But better than that, you have 2 brilliant fighters, technically gifted fighters who can punch, and one guy in Jorge Linares that's been knocked out before a couple of times, one guy in Kevin Mitchell that's been stopped a couple of times, you know, before. So that's not going 12 rounds, in my opinion. They've both got lightning fast hands, so I just think that fight is going to be epic. I think Ryder against Blackwell for the British middleweight title is going to be a great fight. Obviously not 2 names that the casual fan will relate to, but in terms of boxing fans, I think that's one that people have picked out. Even Hibbert against Ryan, I mean, that was a fight of the year contender, the first fight. That's the first fight of the night. You know, Cardle against Evans, we saw yesterday. That's added a little bit of spice to it. Joshua against Johnson's going to be really intriguing, and so is Brook against Gavi. I mean, Frankie looks well. He's up for this. You know, he's not just bowled up for a payday and a shot at the world title. This is his dream. When he turned pro, everyone believed he'd become world champion. Unfortunately for him, he's up against one of the best welterweights in world boxing, Kell Brook. I just said to Kell there, you know, Kell's boxed, obviously, in Los Angeles when he beat Sean Porter, but every time the big shows, it's always been in Sheffield. He just filled that arena 9,000 on Saturday. We're full with 18,000. Just a little something a little bit different, you know. Frankie sold over 2,000 tickets to Brummies coming down. It's going to be a great atmosphere for that fight.
Paulie Malignaggi doesn't believe that Joshua will stop Johnson.
Yeah, he said that to me.
Yeah.
I said to him, honestly, Joshua's so up for this fight. He said he won't stop him. I said,
yeah,
okay. But, you know, you never... Listen, Johnson talks a great game. He's got this secret trainer, and I know he's very fit and he's trained very hard. I'm intrigued at that fight because when you look at Joshua's opponents, you know, this is on another level, but this is someone that can pose different threats, you know, that can tie him up, can make him look bad, can talk to him in the ring, can slow him down, can aggravate him. So there's a lot of challenges for him to overcome.
You've had a little bit of criticism this year about a couple of your shows, but the next 3 shows are very good shows, including the Liverpool card and the Manchester card. Have you set yourself that level now of standard, or are these fighters that you've been coming up through the ranks now ready for these tests?
A bit of both. I mean, look, no one likes to get criticism for average cards, and unfortunately, we've had a lot go against us in the last 6 months with pullouts and injuries, and some of our cards, not many, in my opinion, have been average. You know, the Birmingham card was a card where we're kind of like developing some of the best young talent, and there was a couple of one-sided fights, and I understand people's opinion. Over the last 48 hours, the praise that I've been getting is reminiscent of the praise that I got 3 years ago. And I'm not in it to get praise, but it doesn't have to make you feel good, and it doesn't have to inspire you to keep going and continue to try and put on shows like this. Now, some people, oh yeah, but it's on box office. I'm really sorry. I could not make this show without box office. People say, yeah, but you could take each individual. Look, that's not what we were going for, you know. And the Liverpool show, the July the 18th card as well, they're shows where people are saying, wow, what a card. And that's what we want. Sometimes you have an average one, and sometimes you get a bit of bad luck. Anthony Crolla gets hit over the head by a concrete slab, and Kell Brook gets stabbed, and Anthony Joshua gets a stress fracture, and Bradley Saunders breaks his hand, and then before you know it, the show's missing something. So, in answer to the question, we're not going anywhere. You know, we've just signed a new deal with Sky. I mean, we actually spoke to you about that since we've done that. I got James Hill, yeah. So we've got 6 more years. We're not going anywhere, but we are here to develop British boxing. Sometimes we'll do things that people don't agree with, but all I can tell you is I'm in it for the long run. When we started, I said to you maybe 2 years ago, I don't know how long I'll be in the sport. Well, fortunately or unfortunately, you got me for another 6 years. But I guarantee you I will take the sport of boxing to another level over that period. So it's good news for boxing. And again, I go back to the fact that look where we were 3 years ago. It was pony. British boxing was pony. Look at it now. You know? We're a major force. James McDonald going out there defending his title. James De Gale going and beat one of the most skillful 168 pounders. Kell Brook, one of the best welterweights in the world. Scott Quigg, one of the best super bantamweights in the world. Carl Froch might fight Golovkin, might not. Anthony Joshua, Luke Campbell, 2 Olympic gold medalists that are going to go on and become world champion. Callum Smith, you know, the super middleweight division. Paul Smith fighting Andre Ward. Rocky Fielding fighting Brian Vera. You know, these are golden times for British boxing. So enjoy it, and sometimes there'll be cards that might not impress you, but moving forward, and if we get the rubber to green, we've got some great stuff planned, and I can't wait.
Alright, I don't envy you, you know.
In what respect?
Well, I was having this conversation a couple of days ago with someone who was sort of half slating you, and I had you back a little bit.
Thanks,
with it.
mate.
No, but I just think you're literally hero or villain. Like, there's no in between. You're either Eddie Raw or everyone thinks.
But it's part, you know, it comes with the territory. So don't feel sorry for me.
I don't feel sorry for you.
But it's just, you know, when you're, I don't want to sound like that, but when you're number one, which we are, and no, but we are, aren't we? I mean, you can't even compare our stable to anyone else in Europe. We are on completely another level. In fact, so much so that competition in the UK, and it's got to push me on, it's like it doesn't even exist anymore. The new 6-year Sky deal has given us a platform to develop our fighters on the #1 sports platform in the UK. The others are almost like, I want them to keep going, but they're not, maybe 2 years ago I was thinking, what's he doing, or what's he doing? Now I'm thinking about what's Top Rank doing, or what's Golden Boy doing, or what's Al Heyman doing. So we're flying the flag for the UK, British boxing. So, but when you're in that position, you're going to get loads of stick because people don't like it. People don't like you to be successful. And when you do something that is a little bit substandard or maybe average, you're going to get loads and loads of stick. And when you do something that's great, now, like this show, like I said, I've been retweet and favourite happy on Twitter because I'm not in the game to get praise, but it's nice. It's really nice to get people to actually say, you know what a great card, can't wait, what a show you've put on. And of course, when it goes the other way and you get untold stick, it does hurt, and it's a kick in the nuts. But you've got to roll with the punches because tomorrow's another day.
All right, Eddie, listen.
I don't envy you either.
I get the backlash from you. And people, I'm like the messenger boy.
We've got a show tonight. York Hall, Young Guns, Charlie Edwards, O'Hara Davis, Ricky Boylan, Isaac Chamberlain, Reece Bellotti making his debut. A really good main event, Eric Oching against Tamuka Mucha for the Southern Area title. All live on Fire Pass. Tune in and come down to the Wayne tomorrow.
Wayne sounds interesting.
It's good.
I might turn up there as well.
Oh, thanks, mate.
All right, Eddie, thanks for talking to IFL TV, and we'll see you later on.
You better get some of these boys. Boxing porn.
A whole night of primetime boxing, Saturday on Sky Sports Box Office. To order, see Channel 491, press the green button or go to skysports.com/Brookgavin.